In this short presentation, which won't be up for long, you'll discover the 3 biggest mistakes that you're making right now that are disabling your chances at ever building eye-popping muscle, and how one strange trick will skyrocket your anabolic hormone levels instantly, causing you to build muscle in your sleep without putting on any unsightly fat and look better than the guys you've been taking advice from all these years. So let's go over the 3 biggest mistakes I made and you're making right now that are destroying your chances of ever setting off these anabolic triggers. Mistake number 1. Lifting heavy weight for low reps to build size. Baloney. Lifting heavy for low reps triggers a muscle hypertrophy called myofibrillation. This type of hypertrophy will do nothing for size. This is the type of training used by Olympic weightlifters that are solely concentrated on remaining the same size while increasing strength. Take this guy for example. Day in and day out, he trains with heavy weights for low reps. If that was the trick to building size, then why aren't these guys giants? Simple. It's because in order to increase the muscle cell size, you have to fatigue the muscle. Fighting through that fatigue will set off an anabolic trigger that will double the rate in which your body builds muscle. The higher the level of fatigue, the more your body will naturally activate these triggers that will skyrocket the rate in which new muscle is created while keeping unwanted fat off your muscular frame. Mistake number 2. Isolating specific muscle groups hoping for them to grow. They say isolation workouts help to really target and put emphasis on the given muscle. But let's look at what an isolation workout really is. It's simply a small exercise that targets one muscle group at a time. Now I know what you're thinking. Isolating a specific body part allows me to really contract the muscle and get a burn. And if I concentrate on that area, it'll grow faster. But let's look at the facts. Unless you activate an anabolic trigger, burn or no burn, your workouts are practically worthless. Isolation workouts do very little to activate these triggers that are crucial to our overall growth. However, isolation workouts accompanied by certain compound exercises in a very specific order will allow you to maximize the activation of these triggers. Think of your pecs as a house, your triceps as a hut, and the workers as the anabolic triggers. If you do an isolation exercise, that's like only waking 10 workers to build the hut and 10 workers to build the house. Now, imagine if you recruited 100 workers to build the house and then told 50 of those workers to build the hut. Both jobs would get done faster. Compound exercises are like recruiting 100 workers instead of 10. You get it? Mistake number 3. Believing that lifting heavy will increase size. Another big mistake skinny guys make is focusing on only a third of each lift. Let's take the bench press for example. 99% of the guys in the gym are focusing on lifting the bar off their chest. So the idea here is that the heavier you can lift, the more strain you put on your muscle, the more it's forced to grow. Wrong. Your muscles can't see how much weight's on the bar. They can only tell how much tension and strain you're putting them under. This approach is robbing you out of over 50% of your gains. Look at it like this. Out of a 10 rep set, most guys are using their muscle for about 10 to 15 seconds. But if you take advantage of the entire lift, you're working your muscles over 30 to 45 seconds, resulting in tripling the amount of anabolic triggers you activate while performing the same exercise. So how many reps should you perform to set off these anabolic triggers? What are these secret exercise techniques that will allow you to double your gains in half the time? And how in the world will you triple the activation of these absolutely crucial anabolic triggers using the same exercises you're already doing? I'm glad you asked, because I wanted to teach you this simple method of building massive muscle faster than you've ever thought possible that will give you the body and confidence that you deserve. Do it right and notice yourself growing bigger and stronger right before your own eyes. Your friends will be raving to each other about your new body, and you'll finally fill in your clothes in a way that will make it impossible for women not to stare at you with overwhelming lust. And you'll do it all without wasting your life at the gym, throwing away money on useless supplements, or lifting so heavy that you can't even train alone. How? It's simple. By following my simple, step-by-step, easy to understand skinny guy's guide to muscle mass. Bony to brawny.